Hey guys, history behind the warrior, and today we're going to be talking about Nightwolf, pre-Mortal Kombat. Nightwolf is a Native American and worked as a historian to preserve his people's culture. When Shao Kahn began invading Earthrealm, Nightwolf used the magic of his shaman ancestors and protected the tribe's sacred land. Nightwolf had been warned of the coming invasion of Earthrealm by visions from Raiden. Due to the visions, he would be fully prepared for what would happen. Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Nightwolf was one of the chosen Earthrealm warriors to fight Shao Kahn's forces. Whilst Nightwolf and many of the Earthrealm warriors are fighting off against Shao Kahn's forces, Liu Kang is able to defeat Shao Kahn. Now Nightwolf doesn't really have a massive part in Mortal Kombat 3, but he plays a much bigger part in Mortal Kombat Deception. Mortal Kombat Deception. During the event of Mortal Kombat Deception, Nightwolf would have reoccurring nightmares. He took this as a warning, as he knew that a new threat would arise from the ashes. After many nightmares, Nightwolf would finally see what would happen. Reptile would transform into the Dragon King Onaga. Since all the Earthrealm warriors were now enslaved by Onaga, Nightwolf knew what he had to do and would have to use the technique called the Sin Eater, passed down by his forefathers. The Sin Eater works as such. He would absorb all the sins of his tribe, and by doing so he'd be able to bound a certain enemy or opponent in a certain place and time in which they could not escape. The downside to this technique is that he becomes a danger to everyone around him, including his allies. After Onaga was defeated by his student Sojenko, Nightwolf took this opportunity to execute his plans. After Onaga was separated from Reptile, Nightwolf used the Sin Eater ritual on Onaga, bounding his soul to the Netherrealm. After ensnaring the Dragon King, Nightwolf travelled back to Earthrealm, in which he would then receive visions of a battle, where unknown power was forcing everyone to participate and fight each other. His visions started to become reality when he spoke with Johnny Cage and agreed to assist him in the Battle of Armageddon. Before the Battle of Armageddon, Nightwolf came across Kitana, who was in possession of Liu Kang's soul. To relieve Kitana of her burden, Nightwolf took on the responsibility of looking after Liu Kang's soul. Mortal Kombat Armageddon. During the events of Mortal Kombat Armageddon, Nightwolf is seen fighting on the forces of light. He kills or wounds Shiva with one of his arrows, but he's then killed himself on the steps of the Pyramid of Argus. During this time, the Mortal Kombat series gets rebooted. Mortal Kombat 9. Nightwolf appears during the first Mortal Kombat tournament, in which he fights Scorpion. Scorpion believes that Nightwolf dishonors his kind by not seeking retribution and defeats him. Nightwolf is later seen after Liu Kang has defeated Shang Tsung. Although he participated in the Mortal Kombat tournament, Nightwolf is not seen attending the ceremony for Liu Kang at the Wushu Academy. Nightwolf takes a back seat for the Mortal Kombat 2 section of the game, and only resurfaces during the Earthrealm invasion. Nightwolf appears after Curtis Stryker has successfully defeated Ermac in the subway. He then asks the police officer to join the Earthrealm warriors to fight Shao Kahn. Nightwolf then appears as Cyber Sub-Zero is being reprogrammed. During this, Raiden receives a vision of the future, in which you can see a Soulnado forming. Nightwolf and Sub-Zero are sent to stop Quan Chi and his creation of the Soulnado. Nightwolf gets to the Soulnado a little later after Sub-Zero has failed to stop Quan Chi from forming it. Nightwolf then tells the Cyber Ninja to depart, as he is in jeopardy of losing his soul. The Shaman then confronts Quan Chi and Noob Saibot, and manages to defeat them both, kicking Noob Saibot into the Soulnado, causing it to disappear. Nightwolf then returns to the Earthrealm warriors and tells them of the pleasant news, but Raiden's amulet is still breaking, showing that there's something that's still going wrong in the timeline. Raiden and Liu Kang then depart to seek counsel with the Elder Gods. After the two have left, they are ambushed by Lin Kuei cyborgs. During this battle, Nightwolf manages to defeat Cyrax and Sector. After all the cyborgs are defeated, Queen Sindel would appear and kill most of the Earthrealm warriors. Nightwolf then faces Queen Sindel and is eventually forced to sacrifice his own life to obliterate her, vaporizing them in a pillar of light. Nightwolf is later seen as a revenant of Quan Chi and is defeated by Raiden. Mortal Kombat X. During the events of Mortal Kombat X, Nightwolf is still a revenant of Quan Chi. He is seen alongside Jax and Smoke as they are guarding the portal to Raiden's Sky Temple. Johnny, Sonya, Kenshi and a group of soldiers prepare to jump Jax and Smoke, but Nightwolf arrives behind them and announces the squadron's position. A massive fight breaks out, with Nightwolf being defeated by Kenshi. Nearly 3 decades later, Nightwolf is still a revenant of Quan Chi, and is seen accompanying the sorcerer to his former fortress. Quan Chi and his revenants are then ambushed by the Earthrealm forces, led by Ken Chi. Nightwolf and many of the revenants attempt to fight the soldiers as a wounded Quan Chi is led to the fortress by Liu Kang. Due to the overwhelming odds, many of the revenants retreat. That's it for Nightwolf. He's just left as a revenant and we don't know what really happens to him. He's not seen from that point onwards in the game, so he may be serving Liu Kang still as a revenant, or maybe he's just completely gone now. Anyway guys, here's a preview for next week's episode.
Go back into hiding.
I'll take it under advisement. That knocked some of my rust off.
So yeah, I mentioned that I was going to do Jax 2 weeks ago, so he's going to be here. I know there's some other characters who have much longer histories than Nightwolf, and I do plan on covering them. I'm going to name some of them now, so that way you guys know I'm going to cover those characters. Going to be Cyrax, Sector, and most certainly Shao Kahn, because we can't talk about Mortal Kombat without bringing up Shao Kahn. Anyway guys, as always, please comment, like, subscribe, and share this video, and I will see you guys next time.